Top 10 fantasy wide receivers. Listen, let's just rip it off like a Band-Aid. Let's start at 1. Justin Jefferson. I'm just going to rip them all off like a Band-Aid to you, and then we're going to talk about them. Justin Jefferson at 1. CD Lamb at 2. Oh, yeah. New background, by the way. So let's go Tyreek Hill 3. Then we're going to jump up to 4 and grab Devontae Adams. Jamar Chase falls on the bubble at 5, right? DK falls at 6. I almost put him 5, but we'll talk about it. Stephon Diggs at 7. AJ Brown at 8. T. Higgins at 9. And then let's go Mr. Jalen Waddle for number 10. Mr. Talent, right? It's quick little, 1-2, right? But I just want to say this. Now on the bubble, that could be 1 through 10 is Mr. Calvin Ridley playing the Colts. Now, if you have Calvin Ridley, he could be 1 through 10 or like 27. Okay, I don't know what I'm getting. I'm not sure yet, but I think I know. And then we got 3 players that are right there in the tier, but I'm just not really sure, right? So we got Keenan Allen, Devontae Smith, and Chris Olave, and in that order as well. I'm gonna go Keenan, Smith, Olave in that order. I kind of like Jalen Hyatt a little bit, but I'm not liking the matchup too much for what I gotta see from him against Dallas for the youngster. So don't expect too much from that rookie. If I had to give y'all real quick a little rookie that may hit. Addison. I would go Addison for Minnesota. Addison for Minnesota has a possible chance to be a decent hitter for week 1. For dynasty teams, I wouldn't play him though if you just drafted him. Let's talk about the top 10 real quick. Now Lamb is on the bubble of like 2 and 5, right? So he can be 2, 5, or like 7. I think would be like his lower end value of week 1. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about that. But I feel he's more on the high side of possibly even touching 2, just depending upon what Dak is able to do. And Dak's going to have a fire under him because he does have Trey Lance there, so that's also why I'm putting him up just a little bit. We'll see what actually happens. I'm not sure. Y'all let me know how you feel about the list overall. Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill was a little different to put, right? So I didn't know with going with Tyreek if we were going to decide to play for the strict screens in this game, or if I'm thinking he's gonna get something over the top. But also we got an injury on the Chargers side of the ball, in the defensive category, in the DB category. So we're gonna see how Jackson returns. It's iffy, right? It's iffy. So you could flip flop that, right? And respectably so. But I'm just gonna put Lamb in there just because I know Dak's got to play, but then Tua has to play well too because he's coming back from that concussion. So you see why I'm kind of stuck there, right? And then we're gonna go with Devontae Adams falling to number 4. Devontae Adams is gonna get nothing but opportunity out. Who are they playing? Is it Denver? Is it Denver and the Raiders? Because Josh Jacobs is going against. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is going against Denver this week. Yep. Okay, so yeah, that's a tough matchup. But I like Devontae Adams against Surtain. Surtain, that's his tough matchup. That's a tough matchup for him. So I really want to see the DB battle. The wide receiver DB battle. I really want to see it. I want to see like at least 4 to 5 man coverages minimum, and I want to see at least 2 to 3 targets that way. 2 to 3 targets, we can live with that. DK Metcalf's falling right underneath Jamar Chase, though. Okay, right underneath Jamar Chase, but he could be where Jamar Chase is. So let's talk about Jamar Chase real quick. He's gonna get busy over there. I think it's a Cleveland matchup, yeah, because Cleveland has a lot of division games early. Feels bad to be a Cleveland fan. Not gonna lie to you. Shout out to the Steelers gang. But let's go. About 5 to 7, maybe 8 catches, about 65 to about 140 yards. You just don't know what you're going to get. But T. Higgins, which is at 9, could easily have them same stats. And it could easily be flip-flop between T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You just don't know because T. Higgins is that caliber of a receiver as well, in my personal opinion. Now let's talk about DK. What is that? The Rams. They're playing the Rams. That's a good day for DK, okay? This is a good day for DK. This is really on Geno, the offense, and the game plan. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's mandated. That's enough said. Stephon Diggs is falling right under DK. Now Diggs is on the caliber of being like 5-ish range to me, or falling outside of the top 10 and falling underneath in Keenan Allen or Calvin Ridley or Devontae Smith, or a tight end popping into that receiver bubble. That would be like, there's a tight end, and of course it's probably going to be maybe even one, maybe even two tight ends that would be in the top 10 receiving, like, overall. So if you're looking for that category, that would be a different video. I'd probably have to throw in maybe two tight ends. It just depends. I'd have to see some matchups and really, start thinking about it real quick. But you could very well see that, especially with the Giants with Darren Waller, because you don't know what you're getting with that. And maybe they love what they've seen so far, and they're looking to utilize him to the moon to help out, which a tight end can help out tremendously for a running back. And that's their biggest asset by far. Excuse me. So now let's just wrap this up real quick. A.J. Brown. It's just so much going on there. They got two new running backs. I know they want to try to use that, see what's going on. I know Kelsey wants to see what's in the backfield. Let me know what we got, okay? I know we got in practice, but what we got in the game, okay? I know Kelsey wants to see that. I know the offensive line wants to see that for their self. So they're going to test the offensive line and run the football this game. They're going to run at least 15 to 28 run, 20, maybe even 30 runs if you're counting the quarterback run. If you're counting the quarterback sneaks and you're counting the quarterback getting outside of the pocket maybe 2 or 3 times, having a scramble right, it'll probably be around 25 to 30 rushes in this game. Expect 25 of them to go in between the two running backs. But they got receiving running backs as well, so you could see a lot of PA and a lot of RPO like usual, but it might be a little bit more delayed. Or feeling delayed, because I don't know if they're going to utilize both running backs. If so, it could get dangerous, because you could utilize both and keep Penny chilling, waiting. Go ahead. That Gainwell and Swift just work out. Yep, you need me. Then he's going to come in for 2 to 3, 4, 5 plays. And it just depends upon how the drive goes. And then Penny could help out the margin a lot, and it could slow up the pace of the game and give the Eagles a huge possession margin in the game, and it could help them out a lot. That's how I'm seeing that possibly going. So that's why A.J. Brown's falling here a little bit. But A.J. Brown could easily jump up to the top 3 with 2 to 3 catches. That's just who A.J. Brown is. But that's who a lot of these receivers are that we're going to be talking about in the top 10 always. So we always got to kind of have that respect for every receiver in the game, let alone every receiver that we're considering for the top 10 points for fantasy points in a week 1 season of 2023. So we got to also be realistic with this. We already spoke on T. T know where he fall. T know where he could go. T knows where he could be at. He's supporting the 85 real big over there. So shout out to T, for being able to do that. And then we jump over to 10, Jalen Waddle, phenomenal athlete, a specimen that is able to craft and create in a 1-yard box with a DB, a linebacker, or a lineman in front of him. And whether it's a release, whether it's with the ball in his hands and he's making a move, whether it's at the point of contact, he avoids the point of contact when they're going for the point of contact, and it changes the way the contact is being made, so it allows him to break a tackle that he normally wouldn't have been able to break. And that was a huge question mark for him coming into the NFL, and for him to be able to transition that. Hats off to you. Shout out to you. Jalen Waddle, number 10. We already spoke on Ridley a little bit. We spoke on Keenan Allen and Smith and Olave falling down there in the tiers. We can start at the bottom. Olave's down there simply because I'm not sure what I'm getting with the offense. You got Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas could mess around and be number 1 on this board. And no one has him in the top 10 probably. And no one dang sure's got him at 1. So we got to put that into consideration. But anyways, that's going to wrap up my receivers. Psych, we still got to talk about Smith and Keenan Allen. Don't worry, I got y'all. Keenan Allen has a lot of other receiving options, and Austin Eckler. So it's so much going on, you're just not sure what you're getting. But you're going to get 5 to 8 targets. Guaranteed. And you know Keenan's going to be open for majority of them because the route running is amazing, the release is phenomenal, and the change of direction is different. It's just different. Because sometimes you can have change of direction, but can you have change of direction speed inside the change of direction moment and outside of the break? Can you have that? Keenan does. So if the DB or the safety or the linebacker doesn't have that in those moments, it's going to be exploitable. Justin Herbert's the type of quarterback that can exploit anything at any given moment, but you don't know if he's going to see it sometimes because he's ready to look anywhere. So he may miss something because he's ready to hit anybody at any given time. And sometimes you'll see him miss just a quick little read because he's already ready for another read in his mind because he's seen something. And then he'll miss a quick little read and then he'll turn and then throw a dime 25 yards down the field, 35 yards on the field, 45 yards on the field. And you're like, well, he didn't miss a guy, and that was my guy for fantasy. But he hit somebody else like 40 yards down the field. Dang, I wish that was my guy. So that's the problem that you have with the Chargers and having Keenan Allen, that you got Johnston over there. Joshua Palmer is no slouch. And then, of course, you got Big Mike, man. You got Big Mike. Go grab that thing. You feel me? Go grab one, right? You got Mr. Go Grab. So that's the issue there. And the Devontae Smith, you got Dallas Goddard with the running back situation like we spoke about, and with AJ Brown. Who didn't they pick? They picked someone else up. I can't even think right now. They're loaded. Okay, the Eagles are loaded. You just don't know who's gonna get points, but you gotta get somebody from the Eagles because they're all gonna score. So they're all gonna have a chance to be top 10 or top 15 or top like 18 guys. And guess what? You're probably in a 10, 12, or 14 league fantasy team. You're gonna need one of those guys. And if you got the better of the guys, then you're not going to play the lower end of the guy. But if you ain't got the higher end guys, you're going to grab one of the lower end guys if you can. So everybody's got value on the list. That's the top 10 breakdown of week 1 of fantasy. Let me know what y'all think. If y'all used it a little bit, let me know if it helped y'all. And if it didn't help y'all, blame me on Twitter. From the Juice and Pop Show,